Thanks for staying with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. Now, we love the fact that our viewers enjoy the show so much that we have local and international viewers tuning in on a daily basis. And this morning, we catch up with one of our international viewers based in the United States of America. It's Jephthah Ndlovu. Jephthah Ndlovu, good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's good to be here. How's everybody there?
You know what? We cannot complain, and we love that it is so lovely that you connect with us. Firstly, we want to know what do you love about the show, and you know when you came across Expresso, and what keeps you coming back for more?
First of all, I would like to take it from the intro, and I say it feels good to be here, simply because it's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Now, you know, Jephthah, but what is it really about the show that makes you feel so good?
I think it brings back some childhood memories. I remember later on in 2010, soon after the FIFA World Cup of the football. And I think one of the biggest things that stood out to me is that we traveled to the mother city in Cape Town, late 2010. I think that was December. And that's when I first had an encounter with the Express show when we were driving down the coastal line, and our tour guide said, hey, look at that majestic building. That's where they shoot Express show the live from. So I said, listen, one day, I was talking to my inner self. I said, one day I'm going to be there, and look at this. 10 years later, God did the thing. So I'm grateful to be here. I think one of the things that stands out to me is how Expresso has been part of my childhood, watching it each day, maybe eating some porridge, preparing to go to school. So it's good to be here today live.
And that is such a beautiful memory, I think a shared one for all of us, really. I think it's incredible, and I'm so glad that we're able to connect with you and you are here now. But I believe that you are South African/Zimbabwean. How long have you been in the US, and what took you to that side of the world?
I think what took me to this side of the world, just like everybody else, is the pursuit for the American dream. I came here earlier in 2015 in pursuit to do my aviation flight studies, which I later on harnessed religion together with my initial course. So it has been a good ride, 6 years counting, and I can tell you that I've had some great memories here.
Oh, but I'm loving the flags behind you. Do you ever get homesick?
I do get homesick, but shout out to my parents back home. My mom, I think, misses me more than I do get homesick, because she texts me, I can tell you, and calls me every other hour. So, but I do try to get connected. Shout out to Expresso for keeping me linked up about what's happening down there. So you guys are a home away from home.
Oh.
Stunning work. What is your native language in Zimbabwe, Jephthah?
So from my mother's side, she speaks Shona.
Oh.
And that's one of the major languages in Zimbabwe.
Of course. Are you going to teach us maybe a word or two, or even a sentence? Maybe say, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show in Shona, and Zoe and I will try it.
Let's try.
All right, I was not ready for the stay tuned, but I can teach you a word, Bo Zwangu.
Bo Zwangu.
Zwangu.
Okay.
Zwangu. So if you ever meet, yes, you got it. So if you ever meet a Zimbabwean Shona person and they say, hey, how are you doing? You could say, hey, Bo Zwangu Shamariang.
Bo Zwangu. Come on, boss.
And you know, when you come to Cape Town and they ask you, how are you? You can say, how's it?
Yeah.
I think he knew that. You know, he's from
You know what? I love the fact that you didn't pick up an American twang.
You know, that's actually fascinating that you picked up on that, because that's a struggle I've been with people who think I'm not even overseas, because I didn't get that twist of the tongue yet. But, you know, I owe it to the roots, and maybe it'll come with some time, who knows?
No,
But
don't
I'm
ever
glad
lose
with
your
the accent I have.
accent. Don't ever lose your accent. That's what's going to set you apart in the US. And it will be such a great conversation starter when people hear you speak and be like, oh, where are you from? I promise you, don't conform to the American twang.
I will stick true to the roots. And currently, I am in Canada. We are here in lockdown, of course, but recently we shifted gears to a lesser level of lockdown. Here they speak two languages, French and English. So maybe that French who will slightly change the accent. So we'll see how that goes.
Wow. Okay, well, you certainly are an international citizen, and I think for us as South Africans, we are just simply not used to heavy snow conditions, which you are seeing or have experienced that side. Maybe share some of your experiences dealing with the extremely different weather conditions that you've had there. And I know Zoe has reported on a lot of that over the last couple of days.
Yes, as of late, the temperatures have not been favorable, especially for those in the down south Texas area. I mean, they are not used to any snow activity, but where I am and where I was for school before, I can tell you that snow, as we love to see it in the movies, is good only on TV. But if you are outside, it's a different story. But I try to bundle up and stay warm. If you see me dressed up and walking these streets, you think I'm a moving wardrobe, literally.
Oh, I love that.
Man.
Now, Jephthah, I know you mentioned where you are at the moment, lockdown restrictions have lifted somewhat, but what is the situation there right now? Like, what kind of measurements are in place to make sure that you stay safe during this time?
I think all of our governments globally are doing a great job, particularly here. We had a surge of cases, I think that was mid-December, so they put us back on grey lockdown, which the level means curfew, and you couldn't visit your friends. So it has been a devastating time, especially for me, as I'm an extrovert. So I vibe from other people, but here am I having to be in strict lockdown. But shout out to my primary school friend who took the time away from the West Coast to come and live with me. So that has been a game changer and much helpful for me to get acquainted to this whole lockdown feel.
Well, give your friend a shout out. I mean, what's his name?
I mean, his name is Sandile. He's probably hiding behind this green screen. I don't know if he wants to come through on here.
Sandile, stunning work. Hey, before we let you go, have you already had the vaccine administered? Have you done the vaccination there or not yet?
So I personally haven't taken the vaccine, but I have a cousin sister who works in the nursing facility in British Columbia, and she has taken the shots, and hey, she's still alive.
Yes.
So I think we're moving forward into the future with some type of preventive or maybe cure measurement.
Yeah. Well, Jephthah, we just want to say from your Feel Good Breakfast show, thank you so much for your committed viewership and, of course, for sharing some of your experiences with us. We do wish you nothing but success on your ventures in the US and in Canada. And if you ever are back in South Africa, please make sure you come and pop by. We would love to touch base with you. Hopefully, when all of the COVID regulations have relaxed a bit, we would love to have you in the studio.
I'll be excited to be right there. I just wanted to give a shout out to all the ladies in Mzansi and say I'm opening a show soon in my DMs called Hambanami. So DM me to be featured and let's get this show started. This single life is not it.
Okay, well, just slide it in there. Zwanaka, very much. Jephthah Ndlovu, thank you very much for that. That is beautiful, and we've been so happy to connect with you. I mean, look at Zoe, it's just like,
I'm blushing
I'll DM you. Thanks so much. Take care, all right?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sweet. And tell them, how's it over there in Canada? Or lekker. I mean, I don't know, all the usual
Do you
stuff.
remember the word he taught us?
Buzambu.